Hi, this video I'm uploading on 10th of June after market hours, and this is just a overview of what happened over the week of second week of June, and what position I would be interested to take or carry forward for the next week. That's the third week. So अभी हम लोग थोड़ा से निफ्टी 50 के जो मेन प्लेयर्स हैं उनकी थोड़ी सी चार्ट हम लोग देखेंगे कि अभी कैसे फॉर्मेशन हो रही है ऐसे एंड ऑफ द वीक कल होगी लास्ट ट्रेडिंग सेशन। सो उसके पहले अगर हमें कोई वीक या कोई इस मंथली एक्सपायरी के लिए अगर कोई पोजीशन बनानी है तो ये वीडियो उसी पे ही है। वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट कंपनीज आई विल गो अल्फाबेटिकली इज एशियन पेंट्स। सो एशियन पेंट्स हम देख रहे हैं इस ट्रेडिंग वेरी नियर ऑल टाइम हाई, और ये 2980 और 2990 और 2900 ये 90 पॉइंट के बीच बहुत दिन से कंसोलिडेट कर रही है, इसी के आसपास घूम रही है। आई थिंक दिस वुड बी इन माई रेडार फॉर अ ब्रेकआउट, और दिस सिमिलर पैटर्न आप यहाँ पे भी देख सकते हो। इट वॉज कंसोलिडेटिंग और फिर जो ब्रेकआउट आई वो बहुत जोर की ब्रेकआउट थी और बहुत जनों का बहुत पैसा बना। सो मुझे लगता है, और एक जो चीज़ था, जब प्रीवियस ऑल टाइम हाई था उसके बाद इट गॉट करेक्टेड और फिर जाके ये प्रीवियस हाई टाइम यहाँ पे आके ये ब्रेकआउट ट्रेड हमने लिया था। और अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि जब भी नीचे आ रही है निफ्टी में वीकनेस हो, बट इट्स नॉट गोइंग फॉर 2850 लेवल फॉर दिस ब्रेकआउट कंफर्मेशन। और यहाँ पे ह्यूज जो वॉल्यूम्स भी मुझे दिख रही हैं, ग्रीन जो वॉल्यूम्स है। सो इन ओवरऑल एशियन पेंट्स इज़ अ वेरी गुड काउंटर आई थिंक फॉर ब्रेकआउट, और ये 3000 लेवल्स मेरे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो गए, और मैं इसको फॉर द वेरी शॉर्ट टर्म मैं इसको ट्रैक करूँगा। जस्ट टू कीप दिस वीडियो सिंपल, मैं जल्दी जल्दी करके जाऊँगा। एक्सिस बैंक भी बहुत अच्छी कंसोलिडेशन फेज में है, सो मे बी आई विल ऑल्सो ट्रैक अ ब्रेकआउट 770 रीजन्स पे, और ये 800 तक गई थी। सो आई थिंक इट्स ऑल्सो वेरी नियर दिस ऑल टाइम हाई। बजाज फाइनेंस नहीं, बजाज ऑटो ये भी अपने ऑल टाइम हाई के नज़दीक कंसोलिडेट कर रही है, लेकिन मैं 2-3 दिन पहले एक वीडियो बनाया था कि अभी क्यों मैं ऑटो सेक्टर में घुसना नहीं चाहता, और आई थिंक द रीज़न शुड बी एविडेंट कि अभी बहुत सारे हेडविंड्स हैं ऑटो के लिए, लेकिन यू नेवर नो, कल मार्केट खुल के जो होगी हम उस पर ट्रेड करेंगे। बजाज फाइनेंस आज बहुत अच्छी मूव दी एंड इट मेड एन ऑल टाइम हाई, और going forward I actually don't want to make a position in Bajaj Finance right now, क्योंकि बजाज फाइनेंस के बहुत सारे ऐसे रिपोर्ट्स आए थे एंड एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ विच ये उस दिन 5% डाउन हुई। अभी एक बहुत अच्छी बड़ी कैंडल आई एंड दिस एक्चुअली शोज दैट देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट। मे बी गोइंग फॉरवर्ड हम देखेंगे, मतलब दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द कैंडिडेट्स जिसमें पोजीशन बनानी चाहिए, बट गिवन द सेक्टर actually I think going forward tomorrow the main sector of focus should be finance companies and all the banks। ये शायद मैं एक मे बी बजाज फाइनेंस कल उसमें उस क्राइटेरिया में आ जाए। कल अगर एक गैप अप ओपनिंग हो के अगर उसको 10-10:30 तक अगर मेंटेन करे तो बजाज फाइनेंस वुड बी वन ऑफ देम। दिस इज़ भारती एयरटेल, दिस इज़ नथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर मी। BPCL भी ऐसा कुछ खास नहीं है फ़िलहाल के लिए। ब्रिटानिया का भी कुछ नहीं है, इट्स जस्ट ट्रेडिंग इन अ रेंज। इफ़ यू लुक फॉर अ मंथली और अ वीकली चार्ट यू विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई दिस इज़ अ रेंज। सो बेसिकली यही रेंज में है। ओके, लेट्स लुक फॉर सिप्ला मैंने कल ट्वीट किया था एंड टुडे इट मेड एन ऑल टाइम हाई 674। मैं बोला था कि 630 और 974 ऑल टाइम हाई बनाई है, और मैं यही बोला था कि ये कुछ दिनों से 930 और 960 के बीच में था एंड आई वाज वेटिंग फॉर दिस ब्रेकआउट ओवर 960 which finally came, and then eventually it went for 974, then it corrected and took a support, और आज गैप अप ओपनिंग हुई है 960 के ऊपर एंड देन इट इज ऑल्सो कंसोलिडेटिंग। गोइंग फॉरवर्ड इट डिपेंड्स ऑन कल कहाँ पे खुलती है। कोल इंडिया इज ओके, लेट्स गो फॉर अ डेली चार्ट, वी आर एनालाइजिंग इट। कोल इंडिया यहाँ पे जस्ट अ वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम। डॉक्टर रेड्डी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, यहाँ पे बहुत दिनों से ये एक फ्लैग पैटर्न हो So I think breakout over 5360 would be something which I would definitely want to track of what's happening. Or Aisha Moto भी ऐसे मोटो सेक्टर कंपनी है राइट नाउ. मैं बोला 2-3 दिन से ये एक्चुअली वीक ही है द होल सेक्टर. यू कांट ब्लेम Gale. There is nothing explicit happening. It's just a matter of zigzag movements. I mean, I really don't see any pattern right now. Grasim is trading near all-time high, and one of the things, maybe this pattern will get reflected over here. But you never know given the market sentiment. अगर 1540 अगर break की तो maybe that would be an interesting zone. So let's see. Let's not rule it out. मैं 1530 का लगाया देखने के लिए कि उस रीजन में आके वो कैसे होल्ड करती है. ओके, द नेक्स्ट वन इज HCL टेक्नोलॉजीज. इसमें भी कुछ खास नहीं है. HDFC बैंक 1520 एक बहुत हाई रेजिस्टेंस रीजन है फॉर फ्यू डेज, और नीचे में ये 1460 इस लेवल्स, 1470 लेवल्स. सो बेसिकली आई डोंट सी एनी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग हैपनिंग इन HDFC बैंक. HDFC on the other hand, we traded and we made some profit क्योंकि ये 2615 मैंने ट्वीट किया था. उस लेवल के ऊपर क्लोजिंग आने से अच्छी थी आई थी, और फिर हमने BTST करके नेक्स्ट दिन क्लोज कर लिया था, लेकिन वो मूव नहीं की अनफॉर्चुनेटली. उसके बाद ये नीचे ही आ गई. सो इट वाज ऑन दिस डे. And so basically I think it's a more of a range. 2638 में open होके फिर ये आके 3 दिन. So maybe going forward, if tomorrow is a good day, maybe this will reverse and move towards 2605 levels. We will see. HDFC भी मेरे ट्रैकर में sort of है. Hero Moto, we can see there was a huge sell off from March highs, and now it's just so Hero Motos और Escorts दोनों की चार्ट स्ट्रक्चर सेम दिखेगी अगर आप Escorts भी खोलो. So can it reverse? Can I do a sip and all this? I am more of a momentum trader. So basically, until and unless the momentum builds up and there is an explicit breakout of some interesting zone, maybe it's right now ये वो 3080 और 3000 इस levels पे consolidate करेगी. Hindustan Unilever भी range bound है. This is nothing of a trade which can be interesting. Actually ये एक पैटर्न हम लोग ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. लेट्स हैव अ लुक. दिखा मुझे ये पैटर्न शायद ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. हाँ, ये पैटर्न ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. सो लेट मी डू अ थिंग. यहाँ पे मैं इस पे लगा दिया 2402. देखते हैं क्या होता है. हिंडाल्को अगेन मेटल सेक्टर में अभी थोड़ी सी नरमी है, एंड बेसिकली वी आर सीइंग दैट द वॉल्यूम्स आर आल्सो डिमिनिशिंग, एंड 400 से 385. हिंडाल्को वुड बी इंटरेस्टिंग. लेट्स सी देखते हैं 395 400 रीजन में जाके ये कैसा बिहेव करती है. ICICI बैंक इट्स अ वेरी गुड स्ट्रक्चर. 546 660 से 640 इस रीजन में. अगर कल मुझे जो लग रहा है कि कल शायद बैंक निफ्टी का दिन हो, I think maybe ICICI Bank would be something for me. I don't know. I have to look into a Bank Nifty chart also. Actually, let me have a look into Bank Nifty chart. I don't know why all the Nifty. Maybe it was an expiry. Maybe this was. Let's see. Yeah, Bank Nifty looks really good. I don't actually trade or track Bank Nifty, but मैं निफ्टी के जितने भी बैंक्स के चार्ट्स हैं उसको देख के मुझे वही लग रहा है. Because the logic is pretty simple. Whenever you have a big fat green candle with volume, और next में जो candle आ रही है with red, so that actually consumes a part of the green candle. But this time this was a green candle which is a very solid green candle, और अभी throughout the week it was not able to it's a month 11th of June. Sorry, it's a monthly chart. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. Yeah, so I really don't see why Bank Nifty shouldn't work, but yeah, we will see. Okay, this is yeah, this is not here, something in from Indian market. Yeah, so 277. This is also range bound. Indus Tower. In case you guys want to do some dirty trades with this one, ये यही रेंज में ही रहता है 240 से 250. So basically you can take multiple trades over here because you see this was 2020 April and then there is no follow-up buying. So it's like one of the counters you shouldn't trade even, क्योंकि इसमें अगर आप अटक गए कोई भी लॉन्ग पोजीशन लेके, so basically आप अटक ही जाओगे. IndusInd Bank, let's look for daily. Yeah, IndusInd Bank also looks good for a breakout over 1040. इसमें न्यूज़ बेस्ड फ्लो होता है, इसलिए मैं ज़्यादा IndusInd बैंक को फॉलो नहीं करता हूँ. एंड आई सी IndusInd बैंक एज बहुत ईजिली ह्यूज मूवमेंट्स देती है, सो इट्स ऑल्सो नॉट गुड फॉर ट्रेडिंग फॉर मी. IOC इज़ ऑल्सो सॉर्ट ऑफ, ये क्या बोले, मतलब 113, 110, 118 इस तरह से. आई रियली डोंट see much of action in IOC at least. ITC is one of the sad stories, 200 and 220 regions. So this actually looks good. I will do an analysis of ITC at the end of next week because I always make a position and I will actually tell you how I make money with ITC without actually I just hold one share of ITC. And JSW Steel, very good, very good. This is the same thing. I tweeted and made a video about steel sector, so maybe you can find it in my channel. This is all about how the whole of the steel sector is in a range bound. So you can see it's range bound between 730 and 680 region, and this is a daily chart. So it's a lot of zigzag movements and there's no volume. So in future there is going to be a very strong and erratic move pending. Will it come in the next 1 day or 2 day? We can't say that for sure, or whether it will come next week, but definitely this is right now range bound. Kotak Mahindra 1825 is a very important level. You can ride it, and it also looks that it's actually Kotak Mahindra can give a breakout tomorrow. I think if tomorrow Bank Nifty is one of the things I'm pretty much looking into all the big private, and we will also see how SBI is structured. But right now I think it's all the banking stocks, they look really good, and I have to look into why banking was not discussed that much. I have to look if it was at all discussed today in the trading communities. Okay, so Larsen and Toublo is okay. It's nothing interesting. Maruti is again, it's last 2 days it's red, and so I told you guys that you should be because I personally think this consolidation between 7,000 and 7,100 levels, so basically it's similar to these patterns, and now there's a breakdown. I think it's something which should be very much relatable to patterns like maybe this one. So let's see how it behaves below 7,100. Mahindra actually Mahindra had a move from 730 to 850 regions, and now it's after a gap down there was a huge wall. Actually this is something I think you should be tracking above 826 levels. The logic is pretty simple. There was a breakdown and then there was no follow-up below 800, and it has been consolidating. So if this level of 823 and 840 for example is taken out, maybe we can expect some short covering, and this would be one of the trades I would be interested to have a look. Nestle is again, since many sessions it's consolidating. If someone puts a gun in my head and asks me for what should be the next move, I would say that it should be trading between 17,000 and 17,700, 800 levels. NTPC, if we look for a monthly chart, yeah, it's not worth investing. ONGC monthly, yeah, see, this is the main problem. See, the ONGC had runs and everything, and then since 2014, I mean, I don't like to enter these stocks no matter what the structure may be. I do enter, and I did some trades in ONGC, which are in the Twitter, but the thing is, they had a lot of cushion because it was. I can see if you look into this. This is a very tight resistance zone. It was acting like a support, and it's right now over here. I don't want to trade any breakouts in this region, because even if there's a breakout which happens, I'm pretty sure that the people who are trapped in these regions will try to book off, and so I think it's better that I don't trade this. Power grid looks good, and I think this was also what I tweeted since last 2 days. If you want to do trades in this, I think I want to see how power grid, if power grid moves below 239. This is something which I would be interested to have a look at. And I think power grid made an all-time high today, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it seems so. Yep, exactly. So actually since last 2 days, and I think this is a very powerful pattern. So one of the very interesting things which you can do is just try to have a tracker, because power grid had a gap up opening and then there was a sell off. But if you look for a 5-minute chart, I think this would be something like this. There was a gap up opening, but then it didn't break this or touch this levels. So going forward, 244, 245 would be something for me to study, to understand if the all-time high would be taken out. Power grid is definitely in my radar. Reliance, I made a video on Reliance where 2211 levels are important. Yeah, exactly. So it's very simple. If you are above 2211, buy, and if you are below 2211, then just don't sell. Why would you sell? Because I think throughout this June month, at least till 24th, till the AGM, it will keep running between 2250 and 2180 levels. Unless, and also it's something which is not very interesting right now. SBI, let's have a look at daily chart. See, SBI gave a very good pattern, and I think it would be interesting for me to track SBI at opening. So I'm just going to take a note that I'm going to track SBI opening. This looks interesting. Sun Pharma, I tweeted today, and it had a very small consolidation between 675 and 680. Definitely, I think going with this particular move, I think we should be seeing above 700. So right now it's if you look for, this is the monthly chart. So it has a sort of resistance in this level, and last month it tried to go over 700 till 720, and then it had a sell off. But I think going forward, definitely, actually, for very short time and for very quick momentum trade, this was also what I created in the market watch today in the morning at 10:30, that you should be tracking the 680 levels for Sun Pharma. This is Tata Steel, one of my favorite companies. It's again the steel sector, 1150, and below is 1100, this level. So always make a sip, buy here and sell them. This is also true for Jindal Steel, and I have been taking multiple trades where I buy Jindal Steel at 396 or 400 levels, and I sell at 404, 405 levels, and 407, 409 levels. So I have taken at least in the last 2-3 days, I have taken at least 5-7 trades of 2-3 trades definitely. And this is Tata Motors. Okay, yeah, so we had a target of 316 Tata Motors. and this was actually met, and right now is consolidating. Today it made a very interesting candle where sellers didn't want to sell below 340 and buyers didn't want to put it. So I think it shows that the momentum is still there. Maybe I will try to track 352 levels. 352 is over here, 356. Yeah, let's see how Tata Motors works. TCS, I did an explicit video on how TCS worked in the past. It was made some on 7th, so when this one formed, and from there you can see 3150 to 3250 in 1 or 2 sessions we were able to make 100 rupees, which is 3%. Yeah, Tech Mahindra, I think this is totally range bound, and it would be very, I would be very much surprised if 1080 is taken out. Rather, I would be surprised until and unless there's a huge news flow or something of that sort. Titan is making all-time high every day, so this is something which is interesting. But I think going forward, I would be very much interest. It would be very much interesting to see if it goes below 1715. So you can write this level for Titan, and you can track if 1715 comes. Then I would be then it would be interesting, because you see the 1715 is around about here, and it has been trying to move up. I don't think this is a breakout, and the chances are very high that this can fail. But again, given the sentiment of the market and the sentiment of the sector, you never know. It's Ultratech Cement, and this is nothing interesting. Okay, let's go for a daily chart. Yeah, this is nothing interesting. UPL made an all-time high 2-3 days ago, and now it's again in a tight range. Actually, UPL had a very good run from 670 levels, and you can see within a few days it moved a lot, but there is right now no volume, so I would expect a dip, especially towards below 820. And let's see how if we are able to. So the thing is pretty simple. If it breaks 820, I will put a buy when it comes above 820, right? And so in this way, I don't have to wait for when the dip ends and how it ends. So in that way, I will be in the trade. Vedanta is same 280 and 265, very well defined range, and this is true for all the steel companies. I think these all companies are waiting for some news, and if any of the move comes, especially in companies which are the top, just like Tata Steel and JSW Steel, I would then enter into all the steel sector companies, and I would be holding it until and unless the news comes to the public. I think there's something cooking, because normally if you actually see this particular stock like Vedant over a period of months, so it is always it always gives big candles. So this time even 11 today is 10th of June, it's the end of 10th of June, and the size of the candle looks really fishy. So maybe there's some news which the market is anticipating, good or bad, I don't know as of now. But yeah, we can see in general, if someone is holding Vedanta, I think 300 would be a very good psychological barrier. But even if we are able to take a position at 270, so that's a 10% move, and that would be awesome small time wealth creation. This is Wipro. No wonder it's always making new all-time highs. And right now, I'm not actually interested in Wipro for now. I am just waiting when this sentiment of the IT industry will get broken, and then I am going to enter. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, there were a lot of positions I created in a lot of IT companies in March April time frame in 2020 last year, और मैंने उन सब पोजीशंस को फिर जनवरी 21 में जब नैस्डैक्स में एक के बाद एक ऑल टाइम हाई लग रही थी तब मैं बुक कर लिया. सो इट वाज अराउंड अबाउट 480 लेवल्स आफ्टर टेकिंग द डिविडेंड, और बट स्टिल फ्रॉम 450 टू 550 ये पूरा 25% का जो मूव था मैं उसमें पार्टिसिपेट नहीं किया. So that's all, and I think these should give you an idea of all the companies, at least in the Nifty 50 constituents, which I am looking at. Of course, there are companies like HDFC Life, SBI Life. But I think this is okay for me right now क्योंकि मैं HDFC Life, SBI Life इनका ऑलरेडी मैं वीडियो करके मैं अपलोड किया था over the weekend. We did SIP, I don't remember वो वीडियो, फिर मुझे देखना पड़ेगा. I think it was around about 673 levels और वहाँ से वो 695 levels पे गई. आज एक बहुत बड़ी सेलिंग आई. So let's see, that's all from my side. Let's see how the week will end. And ये वीडियो मैं हमेशा थर्सडे आफ्टर एक्सपायरी में एक बहुत कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव स्टडी करता हूँ, just to understand what would be the next companies and the next sector that I should be monitoring on Friday. और फ्राइडे में मॉनिटर करके फिर मुझे समझ में आता है कि कौन सी सेक्टर नेक्स्ट वीक में चल सकती है. ऑफ कोर्स दिस आर ऑल स्पेकुलेशंस बिफोर मेकिंग एनी कमिटमेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट और ट्रेडिंग. अगर आप अपने पैसा लगा रहे हो तो प्लीज़ अपने फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर से कंसल्ट करके ही करें. ये सब स्पेकुलेशंस हैं और इसमें ट्रेड लेके आपको लॉस भी हो सकती है. थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर लिसनिंग एंड गुड नाइट.